Today we're making one of everybody's favorite candy bars, but in a healthier version. We're making homemade healthy Butterfingers. So I've added 1/2 cup of peanut butter. So that was 1/2 cup of peanut butter. And now I'm gonna add 2 heaping tablespoons of maple syrup. I'm making a half batch because I made a batch recently, so I already have some in my freezer, but I still wanted to make this recipe to show you guys. You can double this recipe for more, but I'm making a half batch. We're gonna add a little splash of vanilla extract, a pinch of salt, and then we are going to stir this all together. I have a little friend here. Say hi, Lottie. She knows there's peanut butter up here. So stir this all together until combined. Then we're gonna go ahead and set that aside, and I am going to take a Ziploc baggie, and this is about 1/3 cup of cornflakes. I'm using a brand of organic cornflakes to make this recipe a little bit healthier. So as you can see here, the only ingredients are organic corn, organic cane sugar, and sea salt. So this is a healthier option, and it's also, you can find a healthier version of the cereal at most grocery stores. Now I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of peanuts to the bag, and I'm just gonna go ahead and zip this up, and I'm gonna take a wooden spoon and just crush this all up. Whew, my arm is tired. The peanuts are a little bit harder to crush, but the cornflakes crush really easily. Okay, this is about the consistency that we are looking for. You could also use your blender or food processor and pulse it a few times if you're not in the mood to get an arm workout in today. So I'm just going to add these right in with the peanut butter maple syrup mixture. And then I'm just gonna stir these in until combined. The smell of this actually smells just like Butterfingers. It is reminding me of Halloween right now. It's making me nostalgic. So we're just gonna stir that all together. Look at how good that looks. Yum! I cannot wait to eat one of these. Okay, so from here, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab a tray that is lined with a little bit of parchment paper. And I'm gonna grab my cookie scoop, and I'm just gonna scoop out about that much. And then I'm gonna roll it into a ball and then set it onto my tray. And then from here, you can kind of form it into a bar shape if you'd like. If you just wanna go quick, you don't have to, but I just think it gives more of the real Butterfinger effect if you form it into a bar shape. So we want it to look about like that. So like I said before, this is a half batch of my typical recipe, but I already made some a few days ago, and I just wanted to make a few more just so I could show you guys the recipe and how good they are. So I'm doing a half batch today. But if you make a larger batch, you can keep these in the freezer and they last a super, super long time. So I'm just taking out more scoops here, forming these into our bar shape. So I'm thinking that this will probably make maybe 5 or 6 bars, and the typical recipe usually makes about 12. Last couple here. You can make these into mini bars and they'd be like fun size candy bars. You could make them larger into king size candy bars. You can really do whatever you want. So this is the second candy bar we are making since I made the healthy paydays. So I want you guys to let me know in the comments what I should do next. I'm kind of thinking maybe like a Twix bar or a Snickers bar, but let me know in the comments which candy bar you want me to make into a healthier version in the comments. I am loving this series because I have a huge sweet tooth. I've always loved candy, but I just try to find healthier options, or even better, make my own options at home that taste even better and are made with healthier ingredients that don't have preservatives and overload of sugar, artificial dyes, all of that kind of stuff. So we are gonna take our healthier Butterfingers bars and stick these in the freezer to set. It'll probably take maybe an hour or two. We'll just check on them and see how hardened they are. But then we're gonna dip them in some melted chocolate, of course, just like a regular Butterfingers. These honestly smell so good, and just like the classic Butterfingers, they're honestly, I don't wanna spoil it, but they are even better. So we'll be back. So the Butterfingers are still in the freezer. We're about to get them out, but everybody always asks, how do I melt my chocolate? And I always just assume everybody knows, so I never show, but I thought that I would show you guys how I melt it today. So I just have a chocolate bar in my bowl. I used this Hue Kitchen salty dark chocolate bar. It's organic. Otherwise, I just use 3/4 cup of chocolate chips. And then I'm gonna take some coconut oil. I don't usually measure it, but I'll just take a spoonful. And I'm gonna use a piece of chocolate to scrape that out. There we go. So I just add that right into the bowl. And now I'm gonna put this in the microwave for 30 seconds. I'll take it out, stir it, and then put it back in for another 15 seconds and continue doing that until it is fully melted. So it's gonna go in the microwave for 30 seconds to start. So we'll go 30 and start. All right, so as you can see, our chocolate is fully melted and we have our frozen Butterfingers here. These look so good. So I'm just gonna take each one and I'm gonna dip it into the melted chocolate and then kind of wipe off the excess and stick it back onto the tray. So we will repeat this with each bar. Miss Lottie is here with us all day and she is so interested in the recipes. Okay. So if you have any leftover chocolate, which I do, I like to add a little drizzle on top because I think it looks really pretty, but this part is optional. So you can do a nice little extra drizzle on top here. Alrighty, and then I almost forgot one more ingredient I want to add on top, which is also optional, but I just think looks really nice, is a little bit of flaky sea salt. Lottie, are you my helper today? Are you my helper? So a little bit of salt right on top. Look at how beautiful these look, and these will harden pretty quickly. So all I'm gonna do is stick these back in the freezer for maybe 20 to 30 minutes, and then we'll try them out. So this is who has been peeking up all day while we're filming. Can you say hi? This is my mom's dog, Lottie. And she is such a sweetheart, and I'm watching her today. I love her. All right, these were in the freezer for about 15 minutes to harden. I'm just gonna cut around the edges. You definitely don't have to do this part, but I just like to do it so that they look nice and pretty. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna take these Butterfingers and place them onto my plate. How good do these look? Set that out of the way. I am so excited. Look at how perfect they are. I will take this over a regular Butterfinger any day. I feel like they turned out so good. Okay, let's try one out. Yes, I've had these before, but I, of course, have to do my taste test. Plus, I've been wanting to eat one since I started making them. All right. These have the perfect crunch in them, just like a regular Butterfingers. They are peanut buttery. They're perfectly sweet, a little bit salty. These are amazing, you guys. You have to try them. There's probably chocolate on my face, but I don't even care. These are so good and so much healthier, and they're super easy to make. Enjoy!